guys. Well, I'm out here on like a 3-4 mile day hike. Got my dog Dexter with me. I'd say it's right now it's about 9-10 o'clock in the morning and it's pushing 90 degrees. And today I think there's supposed to be a heat index of somewhere around 105. So why the hell am I doing this, right? Well, all across the country right now, everybody's gearing up. It's the beginning of summer. Everybody's gearing up and getting ready to get out there backpacking, hiking. Everybody's all excited about it. And, you know, it's going to be hot and it's going to get hotter and hotter as the summer goes on. The reason I'm doing this is I'm going to be next week doing a hike up in Georgia where I think the temperatures won't be much different than what they are right here, right now. Hopefully we'll be in a little more tree cover, but I'm planning on having a pretty warm trip there, which is fine because, like I said before, this trip is all about meeting other YouTubers and having a good time. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, I'm not going to talk about really how to gear up and do all backpacking and what you should do in the summer heat. I've already did a video like that, and I'll put a card up there, I think it is, or somewhere over here. Anyway, in this video I want to talk about heat. Two distinctive issues when you're out there in the hot sun during this time of year, and that is heat exhaustion and heat stroke. And like I said, there's a big distinction between the two of them. One is heat exhaustion. Oh yeah, and by the way, look all this stuff up on your own. I'm not an expert on describing what each one is, but what I want to do is I'm going to briefly give you what I know about it, and then what I think you could do to avoid situations that'll get you in some trouble with this. First of all, we're talking about heat exhaustion. Your body has a core temperature, your standard core temperature. Once it gets up above 100 degrees, your body starts to sweat profusely. Your skin gets like a dry, cold, clammy feel to it. You may experience dizziness, and even if it gets up below 104 degrees Fahrenheit, or I think that's 40 degrees centigrade, you will actually start maybe even get nausea. At that point, I recommend stopping. Now, the difference between heat exhaustion and heat stroke is once you get above that 104 heat core temperature in your body, that's heat stroke. Your body pretty much, its cooling system just shuts down. There's brain damage, there's internal organ damage. There's nothing you can do at that point except evac you out of there and get you immediately to a hospital. So again, that's about what I know about heat exhaustion and heat stroke. But here's what I want to talk about. Say you're out, let's divide this up. Say you're out there on your own. You know you're going out, you know what the temperature is going to be, you're going to look at the weather. Again, I'm not going to get into the type of clothing to wear and all that stuff and hydrating and all that. That should be obvious. But the one thing that you should do is look at your schedule for that day. You may have a real aggressive hike planned for yourself that day. It may be 10, 15, 20 miles. Don't force yourself to get into that situation where you're going to be like saying, I got to make it, I got to make it, I got to make it. Break each one of those up into increments. Say you do the first 3 miles. Sit down, rest, hydrate, see how your body's feeling. Let your body tell you how and when you can start again, or if start at all. And if that's the case, move on to another few miles and then few miles until maybe you do reach your goal or you may not reach your goal. Now, when you're by yourself, you put a lot of pressure on yourself to do this because you have already in your mind saying, I got to make it here or I got to do that. But in the summertime, that is a definite recipe for trying to get heat exhaustion. And if you're out there by yourself, you don't even want to put yourself in that category, into a position where you're feeling dizzy and nausea. If you do, again, stop, hydrate. If you're around a stream, to put your feet in the stream, immerse yourself in the stream, get your body core temperature down, drink a lot of water, get in the shade. I bring these buffs with me, I soak them in water and I rinse my head and my hat. I'll put them up over top of my head because that'll cool me down quicker. So if you're out there solo hiking and you get into this situation, don't put so much pressure on yourself. Do shorter, smaller hikes and feel what your body is telling you all along the way. Another thing you would want to do is when you're by yourself, you have the option to come and go as you please. You may want to get up before sunrise and hike, you know, in that morning hours where it's cooler and the sun's not baking down on you, and hike a lot of your miles during that period of time, and take a siesta during the hours of 12 to 3 or 4, and then after that maybe continue on hiking. But don't push yourself when that sun is beating down on you, because that is the dangerous time. If you're out there hiking in a group, say there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people with you, everybody's going to feel different. Everybody's going to get up in the morning and somebody's going to be tired, somebody's going to be older, somebody's going to be younger, somebody may have had an injury, okay? All along that trip, you're not hiking your own hike at that point. During the middle of summer, it's hot. Everybody should keep an eye on everyone else. If they feel like your hiking partner looks like he's overheating, tell him to stop. Don't let him go any further. Tell him to hydrate, tell him to cool down, let's get into a shaded area. And if you're that person that is feeling that way, don't let your ego get to you. Don't feel like, oh, I got to keep up with everybody. Let everybody know, hey man, I'm feeling freaking dizzy right now, and I'm feeling like a little bit of heat exhaustion coming on. I'm going to stop. And everybody should appreciate and respect that feeling. And if you all keep together and watch each other on a hike, again, that person in the rear, keep an eye on him. He may have stopped because he may have had heat, might be getting into some kind of heat exhaustion. Or you got to feel like you got to keep up with the rest of the guys, you know, you got to keep going because your ego, and you're telling, you know, I got to move with the crowd here, got to move with the tramily or family or whatever it is. So everybody watch each other when you're out there. Keep an eye on that person that looks like he may be overheating a little bit, and if that's the case, everybody just relax, cool down, and start again and move on after. Heat exhaustion and heat stroke can become a very serious thing. I think it's overlooked sometime when summer backpacking, whether you're out west, we're totally exposed to the sun. You may, you know, have an umbrella or just find wherever shade you can, or if you're east, you're under the canopy of the trees. Heat exhaustion plays a big part in backpacking, hiking. It's a sport. I mean, it's a grueling sport, and you're pushing your body to its limits. And so you gotta be really aware of these situations when you're out there, and be aware of your friends and people that are hiking with you. So anyway, that is what I had today, and I'm going to get on with this right now. Dexter and I got my dog with me. Let me show you him. Hey Dex. Hey. You want to continue on? No? You see a squirrel or something over there? Okay. Well, anyway, we've got a few more miles to go, and I'm going to get out of this heat and go home to the air conditioning. But remember, I think it's less than about a week, or a little more than a week right now. I'm going to be up in Georgia with 4 other hikers and YouTubers. It's going to be a lot of fun. Stay tuned for that, because we're all going to probably be doing our own video. And we'll see you then, and hit that subscribe button, and like I said, hit that bell. That way you know when I'm lingering around here and looking and stuff. So thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Have a good day. What do you think? You want to go for a long walk in the sun? You got that big black coat on. Yeah, I don't know. Any walk is a good walk for you, right? All right, let's get going. Come on, let's go. Stay. Nice butt shot. Let's go.